What's up, boys, girls, and aliens? Today we're going to be doing a tier list on Roblox Forge. This is going to be a race tier list, not racist, and we're going to be ranking from D to S, starting with the worst race in the game, or one of the worst, human. Now, human's going straight to D tier because it's real lack of anything that it contributes to pretty much anything. It has almost no stats, only giving 3% luck and 3% extra XP, and not just kind of being a nothing burger. Next one is Elf, which I'm going to be putting in C tier, as early game it can help out with getting some better ores, early game ores, like Mushroomite and Poopite. Poopite. So, Elf is going to be going in C tier solely because the extra luck boost, and it does make you fancier with the extra height. Next one is Zombie, and we're just gonna... I'm not even gonna rank. It's so unbelievably horrible. Like, minus 25% luck, or not luck, health, is so detrimental that, like, it becomes unusable. Now, on paper, it is good on paper. In practice, though, that minus health is really a difference because it takes out a fourth of your health. Like, that is absolutely terrible. Next one is Goblin, and Goblin's going straight to A tier, not for being good at anything besides giving a 12% price reduction on anything in the game. From potions to pickaxes, anything in the game that you're going to buy with Goblin is going to be 12% cheaper, which in the first world doesn't really matter. Second world, you'll get like 10,000 off. But in the third world, it's insane. Like, getting the dragon head pickaxe becomes extremely, like, easy with Goblin. Okay, next one is Undead, and Undead's going to be going in C tier. So, Undead is pretty good because it's a little bit tanky, and obviously, we like looks. But it does have minus 12% health, which is a pretty big problem. Alright, next one up is Orc, which I'm going to be putting in C tier above these two. Now, Orc is special as it's kind of like an off-brand golem, which is another race we'll get into later. The Orc is slightly tanky and better than everything else we've covered in terms of combat, but becomes slower and isn't as powerful as some of the later races. Dwarf is overrated. I had to say it, controversial, but I'm putting it in B. Because Dwarf, like, doesn't give that much extra mining. It gives a lot extra mining, don't get me wrong. It's a very powerful race, but it doesn't give enough to be super influential, and it makes it more difficult to do cheesing, as you won't know how much damage you'll deal per strike, and so you might accidentally break the rock, which is a pretty big problem, especially if it's a valuable rock like a Heart of the Island or Floating Crystal. Alright, next one is Shadow, which is going to go A tier, right below Goblin. Shadow is quite powerful as it's basically a budget demon, giving a little bit extra attack speed, damage, and Phantom Step, which allows you to negate damage 15% of the time, but it does have minus 10% health, which is pretty bad. It is also more nimble than other races. So all in all, Shadow's pretty good, not the best. Vampire is going straight to S tier. So Vampire is a tricky one. Getting 15% lifesteal is extremely good, but that is like the only thing it's got going for him. So it really depends on your build. If you have something that's high attack speed, but no drain edges, then you kind of need Vampire. But if you do already have attack speed, I love having insane attack speed and lifesteal. But personally, if you're gonna try to get just a good all-around build, you're gonna want Vampire if you don't have any drain edges. Alright, next one is Minotaur, which I'm going to put in sandwich between Shadow and Goblin. Minotaur is quite powerful early game, basically being an upgraded orc. But the only problem with it is that it's much slower than the other races and isn't as powerful as everything else on the list. Plus, its special effect is only a rage mark, which is one of the most common runes used for armor. Alright, so next one on the list is the D&D master himself, Dragonborn. Now, Dragonborn is quite powerful as he gives 10% extra health, is taller, and deals more damage, plus does fire damage, which is quite powerful when you're trying to chip away at enemy health, especially against tankier enemies. So all in all, Dragonborn is quite powerful and one of the best on the list. Golem. It's going right between Dragonborn and Goblin. Golem is very tanky, offering lots of tankiness and extra health, and 15% extra attack speed with heavy weapons, which is quite good. As heavy weapons have one of the slowest attack speeds in the game, this just turns off some of the attack speed on the heavy weapons, which is quite powerful. But it is very slow, and so you can't really go anywhere very fast, as it's like 15 or 30% less movement speed as opposed to everything else that can walk normally. Phalanx is basically the opposite. I'm going to be putting it at the top of A. Now, it would be A+, but I'm not making another tier, so it's just going to go at the top of A. Now, Phalanx is very powerful, offering a lot of extra movement speed and some tankiness. Plus, a very powerful thing on Phalanx is that with gauntlets, one of the best weapons or weapon classes, it gets 20% extra physical damage and 20% attack speed, which quite powerful. So yeah, it's going to be going in A. Now, we have the 3 horsemen of Robux spending, per se. These are the ones that you find people crying for like 4 hours because they spent $200 and now they don't have any money just to end on a human. Now, the first one, which is, in my opinion, the worst one, we're going to be putting Angel right below Vampire. Angel is quite powerful, offering 30% extra luck boost and insane movement speed capabilities, plus a decently powerful Angel Smite, which deals extra damage, basically being a Heavenite or passive. Now, the only problem is its lack of good combat. I know, I just said that it had good combat, but that's compared to everything else. Compared to the other things in S, or even in A, its combat is severely lacking. So that's why it's going to be going right under Vampire. Demon is going to be going right above Vampire, as currently the best money farming method is going to be killing monsters and selling the essences to Greedy K or whoever you want to sell them to. So, Demon offers Phalanx passive on gauntlets, which is 20% attack speed and 20% damage, but for everything. It also deals extra fire damage, has flash step and extra movement speed. Flash step is one of the best dashes in the entire game, as it allows you to just dash through rocks and other obstacles that would be more of a hassle if you didn't have flash step. And you have Devil's Finger. So every once in a while, when you dash, it's going to cause a hellfire circle around you, which will deal lots of damage to any enemy that's in there. So yeah, that's why Demon is going to be going in S tier. So now we have the main man himself. The guy who has been taken thousands of years to get, and also thousands of dollars. Archangel. Now, Archangel is a combination between demon and angel, obviously being quite powerful. So, it has every effect from either race, offering extra damage, fire damage, Archangel Smite, and the Devil's Finger passive, except Archangel-y, I don't know. It's quite powerful, although for some reason he's short, so you give this man some height. Anyways, that's going to be the tier list for today. Good luck. Hope you get Archangel or one of the S tiers, and happy forging.